Welcome to the What is Stoicism podcast.
What is the ideal life? What way should you live? Do you want to have a life you can describe as happy, complete, fulfilled? Do you follow on from what came before you, or do you forge a new path? Start a family or not? Put down roots or travel endlessly? Focus on acquiring or simply serving? What is the ideal life? From one question comes many. A question that we're all trying to answer and at times feel under great pressure to answer. As we try to work it out, the foreboding of the future sometimes overshadows the enjoyment of the present. I can't say for sure what the ideal life is, but I believe I know what it isn't. Doing nothing at all. The idealized dream, often perpetuated, of lying in a hammock all day, with no responsibilities or challenges to disturb you, is a fallacy. It's not really living. Sooner or later, probably sooner, the lack of purpose catches up. The existential vacuum, wrote Viktor Frankl, manifests itself mainly in a state of boredom. He explained the remedy for this as follows, quote, "What man actually needs is not a tensionless state, but rather the striving and struggling for some goal worthy of him. What he needs is not the discharge of tension at any cost, but the call of a potential meaning waiting to be fulfilled by him." End quote. Who can say what the ideal life is? You could read 1,000 books, study philosophies east to west, and still have no definitive answer. The Stoics gave us some great guidelines for what we need to do to be on the right track. Practice the 4 cardinal virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Live in accordance with nature. Be the best version of yourself. Remember, we all exist for the sake of each other. Help your fellow humans. Seek the good in everything that happens. Love your fate. Make the most of your time. Constantly keep in mind that life is short. It's hard to argue with those, but so much else is subjective. The only thing that exists for you is your ideal life. You're the one living it after all. It's a short one, so why not put aside the time now to work out your priorities? Get going with your present purpose. Don't let some negative unforeseen future spoil your enjoyment of today. Who knows, that unforeseen future may never make itself seen. So while many questions may come up when we consider the ideal life, perhaps we only need the one that Epictetus gave us in his Enchiridion. How long are you going to wait before you demand the best for yourself? The following is a snippet from the Marienbad Elegy, a poem by the German poet Johann Wolfgang von Goethe that echoes this same urgency to live presently and fully. Hour by hour, life is kindly offered us. We have learned but little from yesterday. Of tomorrow all knowledge is forbidden. And if I ever feared the coming evening, the setting sun still saw what brought me joy. Do like me then, with joyful wisdom. Look the instant in the eye. Do not delay. Hurry. Run to greet it, lively and benevolent, be it for action, for joy, or for love. Wherever you may be like a child, wholly and always. Then you will be the all and invincible. Goethe's lines echo what the ancient Stoics called on us all to do, to become aware of and revel in the value of the present moment, to spend less time looking forward and behind in favour of accepting what life is kindly offering us now. In his book Philosophy as a Way of Life, Pierre Hadot interprets Goethe's words as a kind of practice. Quote, "In Goethe then we find the same exercise of delimitation of the present that we had encountered in ancient philosophy. This exercise consists in becoming aware of the inner richness of the present and of the totality contained within the instant. By delimiting the present, consciousness, far from shrinking, swells to fill the dimensions of the world. For that vision, which looks the instant in the eye, is the disinterested vision of the artist, the poet, and the sage, which is interested in reality for its own sake." End quote. Hadot goes on to remind us that it's not wise to completely disregard the past and the future. After all, we should learn from the former and plan for the latter. Quote, enjoying the present without thinking about the past or the future does not mean living in total instantaneousness. Thoughts about the past and the future are to be avoided only insofar as rehashing past events and cowering in fear of future difficulties can cause distractions, worries, hopes, or despair, which turn our attention away from the present, where it ought to be concentrated. End quote. The ideal life, then, may not be a fixed destination, but rather how we meet each moment along the way. So if you find your attention turning away from the present too often today, think about Goethe's poem and remind yourself to look the instant in the eye, be it for action, for joy, or for love. Run to greet it, and do not delay.